Hey all, no respawns here, hope you're having a good week so far. So over the weekend I got a chance to go to EGX Rezzed. For a few hours I did actually not arrive to see any of the developer sessions, which is a bit annoying. However, that was my fault, I was a little bit hungover. However, I did get a chance to actually look at all of the indie games that were there and just kind of spend a few hours kind of nattering to some of the developers as well. It's quite cool. So those of you who don't know, EGX Rezzed is a smaller expo in London. It's held at the almost usually at the Tobacco Dock, some kind of southish London or southeastish London. And as I said, it's predominantly focused on indie games. There are some kind of bigger studios there, and I'm just going to talk about some of the games that I saw, which will include some bigger studios. But predominantly they're indie focused. Though a lot of you will know this, but I absolutely love indie games. That it's something in the ideal world. If I could have the channel content split, it would be like 40% indie games, 40% Bethesda stroke Fallout, and 20% like tabletop et al. And other stuff. And hopefully, as long as I, actually pull my finger out and stop being so procrastinating, that's something I will actually get round to doing. But what I wanted to do is be a bit more uncharacteristically organised as such, and I'm just going to talk you through to what I actually saw at the event. Obviously, what I'm going to do, because that's just easier way, is I've just got the show floor page open in front of me now, and I'm just going to scroll down through it quickly and be like, yeah, that's cool, I liked that, got to see that, and I'll also link it in the description, so if you want to kind of further check out these games, which I highly recommend you do, obviously, yeah, definitely do that. So let's just jump straight in. Also, all the footage you're seeing is just kind of, a combination of crappy stuff I recorded on my phone and also actual gameplay footage, which I decided to download off the various websites. So basically, I'll be adding all the footage of this post, but it should line up reasonably well. So actually, one of the few games I did get to play there, and I've got a CD key for it already, but I was going to do a video ages ago, and it's slightly more of a mid-sized studio game, which is Warhammer Chaos Bane. So that is, obviously, a lot of you probably would have heard of this already, but it's effectively Diablo meets Warhammer. It's very, very cool. As I said, I do actually have a CD key for this, and the annoying thing is they have all of their kind of sessions at a certain time period, and I annoyingly got the date wrong for the first one. So the next one, I think, is next week, and it's a really, really cool game. It's very fun. If you like Diablo or kind of something like Torchlight, you'll absolutely love this. It's really, really grand. It's coming out on, is it May the 31st? So basically we've got a month. So what I'll do is once it's the 18th, the next session is, I'll make sure I do like a kind of good hour-long video or something. But I had great fun. It's just, it was a good game. What else here? So I got one of the best stands in the event actually. Was by a small studio called is it Muha Games, and there was a game called Thea 2 The Shattering. Now I haven't played the first Thea one. It's kind of like a weird combination of card game, what's the word, that kind of Civ style, is it ×4 style kind of world game, with a bit of kind of Slavic mysticism. I believe they're a Polish company. They have the coolest stand, and it's kind of one of those kind of quite nice little games that have a kind of card base. It basically has a bit of everything in it. It's very, very cool. The person I spoke to actually said that all in one big breath as well. I was quite impressed. It's really nice. It looked quite fun. I've got a CD key for it. I have installed it. I will potentially do a video on it if I think you guys will enjoy it. Or worst case, maybe I'll stream it. But it's I had quite fun, and their stand was just so nice as well. One of those kind of nice games I can see myself just kind of chilling and playing in the evening. Where was the other one? Was that one? You can, by the way, just to be transparent, I am literally just in front of my computer now, just clicking and going, oh yeah, that was cool, and I don't want to miss anything. So I did get to go see. Annoyingly, none of the people were there. I should have goddamn emailed them, but I'm very disorganized. So Fail Better, who make Sunless Skies and Sunless Sea and Fallen London, were there. I think they're always there, and I did go see their stand. Obviously, I've already done a video on Sunless Sea and Sunless Sea before, but they're just one of my favourite devs. In hindsight, I should have bloody well emailed them first. I think their community manager follows me on Twitter anyway. I completely forgot. However, it was nice to see them, and I just wanted to shout them out because you should play these games. They're very, very, very good. If you like kind of text-based narrative games. If you don't, then you'll absolutely hate it. But I really, really like it, and it was a shame that I didn't consider to actually email them first, but then I am really, really disorganized, as we have established. So there was something else. So there was a company called Application Systems Heidelberg, which did these quite cool. So it's kind of a German company, and they had a few games. Now, a few of them are already out, and I'm trying to get this right. So they do these kind of, what I would call quintessentially indie games. So they're very much kind of puzzle-based exploration games with kind of quite unique styles. There's a game called Lua, which looks, I'm looking at it now, and I didn't get to play it, but it almost looks like effectively like Machinarium, mixed with something like Braid. It's effectively kind of, if you like point and click games, they look really cool. I don't know if it would possibly be conducive to a video or not, but they looked really, really cool. Lua especially looks very, very grand. Luna, rather, sorry. And I know that another game called Lamplight City, which some of you may have played before, is already out. This is a great example of indie, these events. I go to them because there are loads of games I hadn't heard of before. And like Lamplight City was like, oh, it's kind of like a Victorian mystery that's a point and click. Why am I not watching it? I think it actually even won an award. And it's just like, I would while away hours getting this. So yeah, definitely have a gander in there. I said link in description. I just recommend just kind of going through and looking, because like you may look at these logos and think, oh, that doesn't look very good, but in actual fact, some of them are quite cool. Just kind of like scrolling through it. Here's a game that I'm annoyed that I forgot was there. So it's a game called Floatsam, which Flotsam rather. Flotsam, yeah, not Floatsam. Flotsam. Which is kind of my friend Jack was like, David, you'll love this, and I was like, yeah, I will. So I bookmarked. I don't think it's out in early access yet. I think it's coming soon. I might be wrong. I haven't checked for a while. But effectively, it's kind of like a city builder game, except it's like Waterworld city builder with a kind of weird, junky art style. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of their developer like concept art on Pinterest before when I'm looking for inspiration videos for Fallout. Like I'm seeing the art style somewhere. It looks really, really cool, and I absolutely, as many of you know, I absolutely love any kind of city builder. It's just, well, I've been playing Civilization 6 all day, and you know, I'm the settlement builder guy, right? Love it. It's awesome. So I'm annoyed. I forgot basically one of the things. They were the first game I clocked when I got registered my ticket ages ago, and then I promptly forgot to find them when I was there because I'm a bull bag. But it is what it is. Yeah, this was quite cool, and this is a bit of a bigger budget game, but I again never heard of it. So a game called Fade to Silence, coming April 30th. It looks like a much bigger budget game. It's done by THQ Nordic, I think. Yeah, Black Forest, published by THQ Nordic. So THQ have been buying everything. It's effectively a kind of fantasy post-apocalyptic survival game set in the snow. I love snow. Big fan of Frostpunk. Anything that just gets me freezing my tits off. Absolutely love it. I didn't play it, but I did stood there and watch people playing it for a while, and it looked cool at least, and it looked really, really fun. And definitely one of the more like it's one of those kind of not a AAA but nearly a AAA style games. It's on all platforms as well, PC, PS4, on Xbox One, and it's a full price as well, so it's like a 44 quid one. So definitely something I might see if I can get a CD key for first, because obviously it's going to be a bit more expensive, and I'll see if I can do a video on that one, because that was pretty cool. Let's just go. Oh, this game was cool. Sorry, one of the ones I forgot. Sorry. Let me when it loads up. I'm literally, as I said, just opening monitors. I've got my sound turned off as well. So a puzzle game called El Hijo. It's funny because the PR person who was there was like, I have to make sure I pronounce this properly. It's effectively a stealth game. Looks like it's kind of set in Mexico during, my history is really bad with US spaghetti western period, yeah? The spaghetti western, the Red Dead Redemption period of your US history there. And it's effectively a stealth game where you have to escape from a monastery. It looks really, really cool. It's the kind of thing I can picture. It looks like Stardew Valley. Oh, no, not even better. It looked typical, you know what I mean, that kind of indie game look. And I watched a few people playing it. I think I'm following them on Twitter. I'm just gonna sneakily follow them on Twitter while I'm talking right now. I am following on Twitter. I was very organised. That looks very cool. Liked the look of El Hijo. A game that I just like the art style. No idea if it's going to be any good or not. Which is called Dreadlands. They have a very, very small Twitter as well, but their art is really cool, and it looks like kind of XCOM, but post-apocalyptic. It looked reasonably good. The pictures they've got on their website are a bit low resolution. Graphically, no, actually, it looks alright, actually. I don't know how far it is. Yeah, it's coming in 2019, so I don't know how far it is in development. But if you like XCOM, and it had a quite cool kind of Borderlands-y, post-apocalyptic look, which is good. Incidentally, the remake of Borderlands was actually there, that remastered edition. Nobody got time to play that, but I will probably get that. Conan Unconquered was there, so the, which actually comes out of May. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Yeah. So that's the kind of the Conan, I think it's literally done, yeah, it's done by Funcom, so it's the kind of Conan Exiles strategy game. It's like a kind of a stronghold building game. I was watching a few people play that, looked pretty cool. I'll be honest, I think I've just, might not be something I pick up. And I don't know why, because I really enjoyed Conan Exiles. Just for some reason, I think maybe fantasy maybe isn't my thing. I'm more of a sci-fi person, unless it's like fantasy with a weird twist. Let's go for owls. Don't want to miss so much stuff here. There's so much stuff here. Also, yeah, Anno 1800 was there. So I played the first Anno. And I really liked the idea of it. For whatever reason, I couldn't get into it, which is annoying because I absolutely live for games like this. Again, city builders. I've been playing Civilization 6 all day, and for some reason it didn't hit off for me. But I think that was more me because everyone else seemed to really, really love it. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea why. So I want to pick up Anno 1800, and that was there. And it looked gorgeous. It looks so, so nice. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually play it. There was another game. Did I? No, I didn't. Right, so let me just... There's another one that I wanted to focus on. Let me find it. Let me find it. There we go. Close to the Sun. This was actually... So where Fade to Silence was, this was the game on the other side of where I was sitting. is the way I'm going to describe this. Where did I... Right, there we go. So it looks kind of like... I want to go to their website. It looks like Dishonored and a little bit not Borderlands-y, Bioshocky. It's looking, I scrolled down to Deadly earlier, it's a first-person horror game where it's surviving. So I think it's going to have maybe, I don't know if it has any combat or anything like that. I was watching people play it. Seems to be quite exploration heavy, so more like kind of Amnesia would be my guess. And lots of kind of puzzle focus. So it looks, the aesthetic is obviously set in kind of what clearly is. This is set in, I think, there's Nikola Tesla in it, so it'll be set in kind of Serbia, Belgrade. But it still has that kind of, very much that kind of 1900s kind of look of the era. So it looks really, really cool. I was watching people play it, it's like, that literally looks exactly like Dishonored in a very, very cool way. So yeah, that's there's loads of other stuff there, little games. I'm probably gonna actually myself just go through and be like, oh yeah. But yeah, highly recommend. Link in the description to the kind of show for list. If anything that kind of sound interesting, you just have a look. You know, some of these stuff, some of them are already out, some of them are coming out this year. There's so much other stuff I'm going to kind of go through myself and think, right, I want to play that. In the ideal world, I want to start doing as I have been doing, and then, well, actually, I have been pretty good recently, and kind of maybe ideally get into the habit of doing one video on a game like this a week, but in the perfect world, when I'm a bit more organised, it'll be 3 videos a week, sometimes 2 Fallout, sometimes 2 indie, that kind of thing. But yes, definitely check them out, and as of when these games, I'm doing like a big thing, I will actually try and do the videos on them, as said. Anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow, assuming I get this up before 12 GMT, there will be a Fallout video. I think the new Fallout stuff comes tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it Wednesday, which will be the new dungeon stuff, and just kind of the latest big update on their on their kind of update roadmap. That's what it is. Their roadmap, which looks very, very cool. But until that point, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. As always, please follow me on Twitter at norespawns, and I'll talk to you fantastic and crafty bunch soon. You take care.